So you are moving from controller to a wheel in racing games. That could be Gran Turismo, Assetto Corsa Competizione, WRC, Formula One, and many more games. And you maybe are wondering how hard that jump is, how long it will take, and if it is normal to be taking a long time, a short time. And this is because being a control player you have so little room to work with, and you playing with your fingers, whereas with a wheel you're having your whole hands, your legs. It is a very different experience. It takes some time to get used to it, at least for me, and I'm still getting used to it. But you may be wondering, who am I to be doing this video? Who am I to be talking about that? Well, I am one of the best controller players in the world. Specifically on Gran Turismo, I've had some moments that I was very fast. P7, as you can see here, faster than many guys who are on wheels on other games as well. Just like you can see here with Formula One in Monaco. Undoubtedly the hardest track in the game and the hardest one for a pad player. Many people say that you shouldn't even bother sweating Monaco, and I did a 109.1. I was inside the top 4,000 when I said the lap time. This is F123 if you want to know. But when I switched to a wheel, basically everything I knew was just gone. Yes, I could brake, but I couldn't throttle brake the same way. I couldn't corner the same way I could before, like when I was on a pad. It took me a long time. These clips that you can see right now, they are from when I started using the wheel. You can see just not the best. I'm being a little cautious on the throttle, as you can see here. As you will see here, I'm going to miss the apex and just not having that confidence that I had with myself. This is something very hard to get used to, as it is something completely different, as I said. And in fact, I'm still getting used to being a wheel player. Yes, I am more confident, I am faster, I am more consistent, but I don't know if it's the same if I'm faster or not. In some games, yes, I am sure I'm faster and more consistent, but I'm not sure for every game. And today I'm going to be telling you how I'm feeling about these games. And the first one is going to be Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo is the game that I have the most hours in, 2000 in the time of recording this video. And I think that in Gran Turismo I'm taking quite a long time to get used to, as I have to, well, 1,800 hours or something with a pad and only 200 with a wheel. So yes, it's going to be very weird doing that jump. Another reason why it is so difficult making that jump from control to wheel is because Gran Turismo is just very nice on a pad. You can be very fast, maybe even one of the fastest in the world. You can get a top 50 lap time easily. I'd say, well, not easily, but there are many people who do that. And if I go right now in Gran Turismo and look at the time trial leaderboards, in the top 50 or even maybe lower, I will see some controller players there. So it is definitely a game that if you're playing on a pad, you should consider playing or becoming very good at, due to how well optimized the controller is. And now we're moving to Assetto Corsa Competizione specifically, as I don't have the original Assetto Corsa. I have only the Competizione, but as you can see right now, this is a lap that I did a while ago before the update that changed kind of the physics, before the new update that changed the handling, the how the tires behave, because now the tires need to be below 27 psi, whereas before they need to be 27.5 to 28. This lap put me number 3 in the world, so Even in ACC, you can be really fast, but something that you will lack in Assetto Corsa Competizione is consistency and car control. As you can see in my drive ratings, I have car control in 78 and 88 consistency. They're not low, but they're not very high, something that the moment you play with the wheel will improve. And AC is one of the games, well, one of the many games that the moment you play on the wheel you get better at, because ACC was not designed for controller, whereas Gran Turismo and Formula 1, maybe even EAWRC, were designed for more casual players that will not spend all this money on a fancy setup. But still, even in games that were made for a wheel, it will feel very different, because of course you have that force feedback, you're using your legs and not your hands. And as you can see right now, these are clips from me driving the very first time on a wheel. As you can see, not even being able to turn in for corners. This is a default setup, but still you can see the rating: car control on 93 and consistency on 86. No, this could have been with again with a pad, but still they were very low. And now this is a small clip of me hot lapping around Zandvoort. This was a few days ago, and just so you can see what my progress is, how much I've progressed. And in my stats, in my drive ratings, I have car control in 93 and consistency in 91. The max I've done is 95 car control and 97 consistency. So there is a huge difference that you can make. And also you can make saves a lot easier, even though yes, you have to move around a lot, you have to get your whole body kinda in motion, whereas with a pad you only have to move your thumb from left to right or right to left and then back again. But with the wheel you have force feedback, and with this force feedback you can feel the slide kinda before it's happening, so you will be able to make that save a lot earlier, so make any micro adjustments that you need, and so you have less tire wear, have more control of the car in general. Even though you may start to get a bit more tired at some point, your hands may start to sweat, your legs may start to hurt, especially your left one, which is going to be the leg that you're braking with. Well, this is also with how much force you're braking your state a bit, and these things also imply in other games, just like in WRC right now, you have to move a lot, so yes, you will get tired, you will get sweaty. This is something that is certain, but again, you have more control. With a pad, EA Sports WRC felt really nice. You could be very fast, but also you could. Car control was a bit weird, because you could move left right fast because you just needed to flick your thumb, but you did not feel anything from the car. You were doing everything because you were seeing it. But with the wheel you also feel that in your hands, so you have that extra sense that will help you both in driving faster but also saving the car, something which in part was very hard, not because you couldn't see the car sliding, but because there was a delay when you turn from left to right. There was a very small delay when the steering was at 0, it stopped for like a tenth or two, and even though this may not sound much, it made all the difference. And with a wheel it's exactly your inputs, and so saves are a lot easier. And as I said, you can feel the car quite a bit more, so you'll be faster, especially on the twisty sections where you need to turn left, right, left a lot, because there is not that delay that I was talking about previously, and you can feel the car that tiny little bit more with your hands and not only the screen, because with a pad you only have your screen and maybe the vibrations a bit, which were not that bad, but they were not anything like life-saving. And unfortunately I won't be talking about Formula 1, as I have very little experience with the Formula 1 games on a wheel. Generally on a pad I liked F1 23, F1 24 and 25. I suppose they'll be very great with a pad too. On a wheel I've played a very bit, and the force feedback was, I don't know how to say it, numb, dead. When you turned, the steering wheel just got heavier and there was no effect from the road. So the Formula 1 games may be a bit weird, but I hadn't played that much, so don't take my words for the Formula 1 games. So, how is wheel after so long on a pad? Yes, it's hard to get used to it, but in the end I really believe that it is beneficial, that you will get faster if you commit to it. And this is because you can feel the car more. You feel when the car is understeering, the steering wheel becomes lighter when you understeer, and when you oversteer it becomes heavier. And something else, you feel when the car grips, something that I can't exactly explain how I feel it. It kind of becomes, let's say, heavier, but not in a way that you feel it oversteering. You generally have, as I've said plenty times in this video, you feel the car more. You can have better consistency and car control. So, in my opinion, yes, it's hard. I am using a wheel for 2 months and I believe that I'm still not where I was with a pad, at least in Gran Turismo, so there is a lot getting used to it. There are people who have gotten used to wheel much faster than me, but I also believe that there will be people who get used to the wheel even slower than myself. So this will be a bit of a 50-50. Maybe if you're playing Gran Turismo you can get away without racing on a wheel, because the pad in GT7 is made very, very nice. But in other games like ACC, iRacing, LMU, they're made for a wheel, and you cannot go racing with a pad. You will not have the consistency, you will lose the car, you have more tire wear, which is something I did not mention. You may feel some extra bumps that you didn't know were there and were causing you to spin, so that's another thing. And that's it in general. That's what I have to say. 2 months having a racing wheel. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, as will help me out a lot more. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.